Hi everyone, welcome back. So we're out in a lean-to at the moment. So today I'm going to show you all the seeds that I'm going to be growing this year, and we're gonna sow a few as well. And I've got my seed potatoes now, so I'll show you what varieties of them I've got. So I'm just going to be using these little propagators. I got given these, they're really old, going a bit brittle, but I think they'll do for this year at least. So I'm going to be doing a fair few brassicas, cabbages, cauliflowers, Brussels sprouts, and last year they all got eaten. So I've got some debris netting with really fine holes in it, so at some point I'm going to be building a frame to go over my brassicas, so I'll have to keep them all in the same area of the veg plot. Alright, so I'll just show you what I'm going to grow this year. So I'll flip the camera around in a second and show you them, and then we'll crack on with sowing some seeds. Okay guys, so I'll start off show you the seed potatoes. So I got a first early. Pentland Javelin I went for, because they're pink, and we like the pink skinned ones. I've not tried this variety before. I know a lot of people have, and as far as I'm aware they're a good variety to grow, so that's my first earlies. And I also got a second early, Wilger. I've heard good things about these as well, so thought we'd give them a go. And my main crop, I got Cara, another red skinned or pink skinned variety. And again, I've heard good things about them, so I went for 3 well known types of potato. And the seeds, I've got 3 different types of carrots here. I've got Nantes 5. I got Red Core 3 Supreme, they're from last year. And these are carrot Amsterdam Forcing 3, I'm not sure. We'll give them a go. I'll just sow them all together. Obviously not yet. About mid-March, April, I'll probably start sowing them in the ground. And I've got 4 different types of tomatoes here. So I've got the red cherry, Roma VF, full-sized golden type, golden sunrise, and another plum type, yellow delight. So this is cherry one, and that's a plum one. That's plum, and that's a standard sized tomato. I saw these when I was out the other day, so I've never tried squash before, but I always get jealous of other people's squash harvests. So we've got butternut squash and summer squash. Obviously far too early for me to be planting these yet, because my last frost is beginning of May, and I don't have anywhere really indoors to sow them, so I'll have to wait until I can sow them in the greenhouse, which will probably be end of March or mid-March. Same for the tomatoes and the pumpkins. So I got, never heard of this one, so I thought I'd try them. Charmant PMR F1. So PMR is powdery mildew resistance, and the F1 is means it's a specially bred seed. So if we save the seeds from them, they may not be the same. And the Big Macs, which I tried last year, but they've kind of failed, so still got a few seeds left in there, so I thought I'd just bung them in as well when we get around to it. And I've got 3 different lettuces, cabbages, sorry. Got a Chinese Wong Bok. So I can't sow these until April. April Spring, obviously April. And the Golden Acre Primo 2. It says February to March, but that's for indoors. And my greenhouse has had a bit of damage, which I'll show you soon. So all I've got is my cold frame at the moment. I've got Swede, Barora. I tried these last year, but I didn't net them, so they got munched. So this year, all my brassicas are going to be netted. Brussels sprouts. Probably put these in the cold frame about end of Marchish. Sweet corn. Tried last year, kind of failed, so we'll have to wait until end of April probably to sow these in the greenhouse. It's a shame they don't give you greenhouse dates, it's just indoors or outdoors. But I have got a date calendar on my phone which I can check up the dates. And I got, these are the ones I decided I'm going to sow today. So I'm going to put some cauliflowers in. I've got all year round. I'm going to put 2 different types of leek in. I've got Blue Solace, January to April, and Carrington 2. That's an organic one, so that should be good. And I've got some sweet peppers, California Wonder. I'm not bothering with chili peppers because no one eats them. And I'm going to put some more onions in today as well. I've got some Elster Craig here left over from last year, so I'll put them in as well. Okay, so that's all I'm growing this year. Unless I come across some other seeds somewhere. I've got loads of other seeds, but we want to keep it relatively simple this year and just grow what we eat. So I'll go back to you in a minute and we'll make a start on sowing the seeds. Okay guys, I'll start off, I'm going to do a tray of each of the leeks. Or I might just shall I mix them up? I'll do a tray of each. We'll see how they go. So I've just got these little half trays which fit in here, and then the propagator lid goes on. So I'll just show you one. There's no point in me showing you all of them because they're all the same. The same process for sowing these. So I've just got ordinary multi-purpose compost. I haven't sieved it or anything. Don't see the need really. I've just added a bit of sand to it, just to make my compost stretch a bit further, and it also improves drainage and water retention. So I'll fill these up and just level it off and gently firm down the compost. I normally go for about a centimetre from the top. We do these ones because they're already open. So I did try these last year, I think. I don't know what happened to them. I can't remember. Anyway. So the seeds for leeks are practically identical to onions, maybe a little bit smaller. So I'm just going to very finely sprinkle these on the surface of the compost. I mean, if you wanted to, you could space them out however you wanted, but we're going to have more than what we need, so I can thin them. Okay, and then just cover them over with a little layer of compost. Just enough to just cover them over, there's no need to bury them particularly. I think about 1/2 centimetre or so of compost is perfectly fine. And then just gently press them down. And if your compost's dry, give them a water. Okay, that's all there is to it. We'll leave them. Onions and leeks are alright out in the greenhouse or something. I'm going to put them in this propagator and then put them into my cold frame probably. So I'll label them in a minute before I forget what they are, and I'll get back to you in a sec and we'll do something else. Okay guys, so I've finished sowing the leeks and the onions and cauliflower into these propagators. I'm just finishing off sowing these peppers. I thought I'd show you how I'm doing it this year. So I'm going to sow them like this and then cover them with compost. I'm not going to bother trying to separate these. I'm just going to cull the weaker ones and keep the one strong one per pot. So hence why I've put them right near the middle. I can choose the healthiest looking one. So pretty much done. All I'm going to do is cover them over quick with a 1/2 centimetre or so of compost. And I've got my labels here. Old lollipop sticks. Sweet pepper CW is California Wonder, California I think. Not that it matters to me, but sweet pepper CW. Then I should know what they are. Compost's quite damp, but I'll just give them a quick spray. A little bit of water, not much. They don't need much, the peppers, and they need it really warm to germinate, so these will be going indoors. And I'll cover them over just with a little sandwich bag. Just helps keep a bit of heat in and helps keep the humidity up so that they can germinate. As soon as they start coming through the surface, I'll remove the bags. So they'll be going indoors. These two will be going out to the veg patch. So we'll teleport over there. Okay guys, so we're out in the vegetable garden now. And I've just transferred the propagators into the cold frame over there. So it's a bit of a rubbish day, but it's not too bad. So very peaceful around here today. So like I said, I've put the propagators in there, so they've got double protection now. Most of my onions have now come up. And a couple of the garlics. There's one there. And one there. So the rest of them should follow soon. And I'll show you this. Picked this up in Morrison's the other day. Japanese wine berry. It's a bit like a raspberry crossed with a blackberry, I think. But it started sprouting, and it's not meant to be sprouting yet, so I'll leave it in the cold frame for now because I don't want it to die off. I think we might sort out some of the strawberries as well today. So I'll go find a couple of troughs or something. Right, so I've managed to find 3 more planters, and I've just filled them up with just some soily, composty soil which I've took off the surface of here. So I'm going to start planting these up into these and thin these ones out a bit because there's loads in there, and spread them out over these 4 troughs. I'll set the time lapse up and I'll get back to you once I've finished doing that. Alright, sorry if the time lapse didn't work, so it stopped halfway through for some reason. So anyway, I've separated them all up and put them in these pots. So there's about 6 in each one, and I've got 4 more established ones. There's 4 in each, more or less. Probably a bit more than that now, but so we've got 8 planters of strawberries this year, so I look forward to some nice strawberries. These are currant cuttings in here. I think one of these is a kiwi as well. This one here is a kiwi, and this is a grapevine. So we'll see how they do. And not much change from my last video really. Snowdrops are still going, and the garlic, they're really starting to grow now. See, they've doubled in size in the past few days because we've had a bit of warm weather. There's a fair few weeds coming up in here, so I'll have to get on that. So that'll be my next job. Okay guys, so I've had a little weed in here, got rid of most of the big ones, not too bothered about all the little ones. We can pull them up when they get a bit bigger and they're a bit easier to spot, but relatively weed free at the moment. So I'm going to give that a rake over in a minute and just level it off a bit. This is what I removed from here, mostly dandelions, big old roots on them, and I snapped my little shovel, my little trowel, but never mind. Okay, so let's give this a quick rake over, and that'll be it for today, I think. Okay, so I've just give that a quick rake over. It just disturbs any weeds that are just starting to sprout and just makes it look a bit tidier. So next time I come out here, I'm going to sort this bed out here and get all the pots and that off of here. Get a bit of compost on there and sort that one out. But it's relatively weed free, as you can see. I've tried to keep on top of the weeding. Can be a bit of a nightmare, I know. But just do little and often, and it's not too hard to keep on top of. So I'm going to remove all these pots and stuff off and put them all nice and neatly on the grass there. And I'm going to use this bed maybe for my potatoes. I'm not sure yet, but we'll figure that out in the next video. I think that's it for today, guys. So it's been a glorious day. So we're living in the middle of nowhere, so no neighbours. All that's around us is fields full of sheep normally. Alright. Okay everyone, thanks a lot for watching. I'm sorry if it's been a really long episode today, but I just wanted to get some bits bobs done, and I'm going to try and record a lot more this year. So what have we done today? So I showed you my seeds, and then we planted some of them and discussed, showed you all my seed potatoes and stuff. And we've come out here, sorted out the strawberries and de-weeded that bed, and that's about it for today. So hope you enjoyed. If you could subscribe, that would be fantastic, and feel free to leave a comment, and don't forget to like the video. Any suggestions what you want to see me do, whether it's growing a certain thing or explaining something for you, just give us a shout in the comments and I'll do my best. I'll reply to all the comments, but sometimes I might miss a few. If I do, just let me know. Anyway guys, hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you on the next episode. See you later.